2 years ago this week, the NSA was found to be infiltrating online video games to spy on people. Is this a good idea? I mean, aside from the legality, aside from the actionability, is this really something that we think would be logical? We've heard people talk about the connection they believe exists between violence in video games and violence in the real world. But are we really going to gain anything valuable through spying on people in online gaming worlds? Lewis, you've talked about you were formerly addicted to some of these games. Diablo 2 was one of your favorites. You played World of Warcraft. You've spent a lot of time in these online worlds. You talk to so many people during these games and in these online worlds. Is your sense that NSA employees or their contractors could really gain valuable intelligence about people based on interactions in online worlds?
My guess would be probably not, because what you have is, if this was even happening at all, a situation where some parties would agree that their online meeting place would be World of Warcraft, let's say.
Sure.
And so it is not public discussion that is happening, much like, like any online website or forum or social media website. Your messages go directly to each other.
Right.
And I really doubt that terrorists are going to befriend someone in game because they're really good at killing orcs and start telling them about their real life terrorist plans.
Well, I don't think it's necessarily like that, but I think your point is a good one, which is people may already be associating and choosing to use the online world as the place where the messages are exchanged, but you're not necessarily going to be able to garner that much information simply from sort of hanging around in one of these worlds and observing third parties.
Right. I find that highly unlikely. And because of that, I'm still not convinced that this wasn't just a group of guys at the NSA saying, hey, let's try and convince our idiot supervisor that this is a problem so we can just play video games all day.
Well, yeah, I mean, if Lewis worked at the NSA, maybe he'd say, how can I figure out a way to game during work hours? Do people not get as outraged about spying in video games because it's video games and they assume that it's sort of, there's less of an it doesn't seem as serious, so there's maybe less of an expectation of privacy? Or do you think people rationalize it in some way?
I don't know if it's even on people's radar at all, unless you're playing a game where spying is part of the game and it's, that's the atmosphere and that's the gameplay. I don't think anyone is thinking someone is spying on my personal life from the outside in this game. I think that's usually very rare.